As a man, if you lack purpose, if you have not anchored yourself to a purpose, there is a very good chance you're going to lead yourself down a path of destruction. You're going to fill the void that you have from that lack of purpose with detrimental shit, with dumb shit that is no good for you, right? Because it is very difficult once you put yourself in this position, or once you find yourself in this position, to do the right thing. Now, let me explain a little bit. So the other day I had a client check-in call, one-on-one client check-in call with one of my clients. He's been on the team for a few months now, and he's a savage, bro. Like, he really is. And I love this guy. He's awesome. And he's done phenomenal work so far. But for, before that check-in call, I want to say it was like 2 to 3 weeks, I hadn't really heard from him. And I was checking his, his profiles and everything, and things weren't getting logged. And, I reached out a couple times, checking in, and eventually he hit me back, and scheduled a one-on-one. I said, let's hop on a call, man. Let's just get some face-to-face time and go through everything, right? I want to figure out where you're at, and I want to help you get out of there. And so we hopped on the call, and we start going over everything, and he started telling me, man, like, the last 2 weeks, bro, I was out of control. It was like nothing I've ever experienced. He said the only thing that I could relate what happened to was when I was an alcoholic and I had to stop drinking. And what had been going on the previous 2 weeks is that he had just been binge eating like a motherfucker. And now, in his defense, like, one thing is he was working 20+ hour days, right? And I don't know if you've ever had to operate life without sleep deprivation, but it definitely makes it harder to stay on track with your nutrition. It's not impossible, but it makes it very hard. But when he's telling me all this, and he was like, dude, I just couldn't stop. I knew I wasn't supposed to do it. I knew it was terrible. I felt like shit. I hated myself, and I just kept fucking going. I would get out of bed and I'd go to the pantry and I'd eat this and I'd eat that and fucking go to the gas station and get this, and just all kinds of shit. Like, he had no control over what was going on, And so I started digging into him a little bit, not in a spiteful way, but just questions, trying to figure out what is actually going on here. Because usually, man, if something like that happens, there's a deeper meaning and reasoning behind it. It's not just because you like fucking food, right? That might be the case sometimes, where you're just like, you've been so strict on a diet for so long that you just end up binge eating because, you got cut off. But yeah, I mean, there's times where, you're so strict on a fucking diet that you get a taste of a cookie and then you go off the rails, right? Of course, there's that. But most of the time, man, if you find yourself, like, if you actually want, to achieve a goal, and then you find yourself just doing uncontrollable shit and just self-destructing, whether that's binge eating or drinking or just like falling off completely, doing dumb shit, it's usually there's a deeper meaning behind it, right? And so I started asking questions and trying to get to that deeper meaning, like, what is going on here, man? And what ended up coming out was a lot. And basically what he told me was, man, like, I'm in my mid-30s. I fucking hate my job. I feel lost. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing more with my life, and I just feel stuck. Like, I feel stagnant, and like it's all meaningless, and a bunch of other shit. And then I'm like, okay, this is what's going on right here. So we broke down this. We had fucking an hour-long conversation about this shit. And one thing that happens, so this is actually a side effect of fitness and personal development, right? And this is something that people actually don't talk about often. When you go all in, I can speak for men because I am a man, I coach men, right? But when you go all in as a man on your personal development, on your fitness, and you start making progress, and you start holding yourself to a higher standard, and really putting in work, and really keeping the promises that you make to yourself, you get to this place where you realize that you're capable of much more than what you've been doing, right? I know this because this happened to me. And ultimately, this is what changed the trajectory of my life. This is why I do what I do now. This is why I am where I am now, because of this exact thing. But that's what ends up happening, and especially if you get your testosterone levels up. That's another huge thing. If we elevate your testosterone levels, especially if they were low, and we get them up to optimal levels, and you're going all in on your personal development, your brain is going to start realizing that you are not operating at your full potential, right? This is a good thing. This is a good thing that this happens, and it gives us two options. Now, it's scary, right? And I think a lot of people misunderstand or misinterpret this. And a lot of people go take the wrong path, right? Because what ends up happening is we get that feeling, we realize that we are not anchored and attached to a deeper purpose, right? We don't have like an overall purpose in life that we're really working towards. And as men, if we don't have that, if we don't have a purpose, a goal, and structure, it's very, very likely that we self-destruct, because we end up with this void inside of us when we don't have those things, and our brain immediately starts searching for dopamine to fill it, right? Our brain starts searching for things to make us feel better about our current reality, because internally and subconsciously, we've realized that there's more out there. But in this exact moment, when you have that discovery, you don't know what that is. You haven't figured out what your actual purpose is. You don't know what else is out there for you, right? So it's a very fucking tough place to be, because now you have a decision to make. Now you have to double down and really go all in to find that, or you go down the path of destruction and you allow your brain to take over and you start filling yourself with cheap dopamine hits, and then you either self-destruct or stay stagnant, which we all know that stagnation is not real. There's life and there's death. There's forward and there's backwards. There is no fucking standing still. There is no staying still. There's no stagnation. So if you're stagnant, you're getting fucking worse. Okay. But this is an extremely fucking difficult place to be, because you don't know what your purpose is yet. You haven't found the purpose yet. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing. You just know that it isn't fucking this, and that there's more. That's all you know. All right. And the best, and this is why I preach, for one, this is why I preach the relationship between fitness and money, and why I always say, I've probably said it 2 million fucking times on my Instagram now, that fitness is the baseline of life. Okay? Because when you're in this position, the best thing to do, and really the only way that I have been able to find my purpose in life, what I'm actually here on this earth to do, is going all in physically, right? On my physical fitness. So going all in on your physical fitness is what is going to give you those answers. And if you haven't done that, it doesn't even make sense when you hear it, right? Like, if you have not gone all in on yourself physically and made that crazy transformation and developed all of the attributes and characteristics that you develop in that process, it's really hard to understand and grasp how focusing on your fitness changes your life everywhere else and helps you discover your purpose, right? But it's fucking true. And this is why this position is so difficult, because right now your purpose has to be developing yourself physically, and which in turn develops you mentally and emotionally, because those things come along with that physical development when you go all in physically. And I mean all the fucking, this is when you take everything else off the table. There is no fucking cheat days. There is no vices. There is no fucking drinks. Like, this is when you just really, really sink in and you say, I'm fucking doing it, right? And when you do that, so right now, that's the purpose that you're going to have to attach yourself to, is finding your purpose through physical development. Okay. which is a hard place to be because you're like, I still don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. I still hate this fucking job. I still hate my fucking life. I still feel like I'm not doing enough, right? But the only way to find the way out, to find the true purpose and the true fucking meaning is by going all in on yourself right now. That's it. That's it. I don't know. Maybe you could do a bunch of fucking mushrooms. That might help you. I don't know. But I know for a fact, going all in on yourself physically right now is going to give you the answers that you need eventually, right? And it takes time. It takes fucking time. But the further you get into it, the more you go all in on yourself physically, the further you get on your personal development journey, the more clarity you start to have, the more you realize what you're really here to do, the more alignment you discover with God and your purpose, right? There's something about physical fitness and physicality that naturally aligns you with your ultimate purpose and what you're supposed to do on this fucking earth. And like I said, I know this for a fact because that is exactly what happened to me. I felt like I was living a purposeless life. Like every day was fucking meaningless. Even though I had a good life, had my family, my kids, my fucking great job, career. But every day it just felt meaningless because I didn't have that purpose. And that's when I self-destructed. That's when I got super fucking fat and out of shape. That's when I became an alcoholic. That's when I thought partying was every fucking weekend was fun as hell. You know, like because I didn't have a fucking purpose. I didn't have a goal. I didn't have structure. I didn't have the things that men fucking need. That's why I did all those things. Right? And then when I fucking went all in on myself and I started having that clarity and that alignment and shit started coming to life and I took the skills and the attributes and the characteristics that I built from the fitness and I started applying it to real life, everything fucking changed. Everything changed. I mean, I can't even explain how drastic everything changed. My life, like, I'm literally sitting at my kitchen counter right now, looking at my back window at a fucking lake. I have a house on a fucking lake right now because of fitness. Because I went all in on myself physically and realized the deeper purpose in life. And I went all in on that. And I used what I gained from the fitness. I used the skills that I gained from the fitness to go all in on that in real life and in business to improve myself. And it fucking worked. And now every day I get to wake up and live my purpose. Just like talking to this client that I'm speaking of right now. This is my fucking purpose. You know, like the reason that I went through all the things that I went through, the reason that God put me in all the pain that I had to be in and all the situations, the bad situations that I was in, was so that now I can lead these men out of their dark places. I had to be the fucking guinea pig. I had to be the frontline soldier to go in and do all this shit and face it alone so that I could develop the skills and the knowledge and the wisdom to help these men out of the positions that they're in. But I would have never known that. I would have never figured that out. I would have never fucking known that had I not done the physicality. Had I not went all the fuck in on my fitness and my personal development. I might be fucking dead. I don't know. But I'd for sure be a fat fucking alcoholic doing nothing with my life right now. Living an average, like pretty good, decent life. You know? But I wouldn't be living my purpose. I wouldn't be doing the shit that it is that I want to do, that I'm doing now, had I not gone all in on my fitness. Okay? The fitness is the baseline of life, man. Like, it is the baseline of fucking life. And it sounds so cliche, even to myself when I say it, it sounds cliche, but my God, man, it's fucking true. It is so true. Like, fitness is so powerful. It is so life-altering. Right? This is why, like, Andy Frisella, like, listen to Real AF, listen to the Andy Frisella podcast. Fucking talks about this shit all day long. This dude, I'm pretty sure he's a fucking billionaire at this point. It just dominates life, bro. Like, has the craziest life. And all he fucking preaches is fitness. Go all in on your fitness. Go all in on your fitness. And that, honestly, his program is what changed my life. Right? But that's why he talks about it. Because it's so fucking true, man. It is so true. Okay? If you find yourself in this position where you're lost, if you're a man and you're in your 30s or your 40s, even your 20s, I guess it happened to me in my 20s, but 30s and 40s, even your 50s, and you just feel lost. You feel like every day is meaningless. You feel like, what the fuck is going on here? You have to find the fucking real purpose. You have to find it. Okay? And you're gonna do that through the physical fitness. You're gonna do that by going all in, by developing the right plan, or fucking hiring a mentor, a coach, and having them guide you, and just go all the fuck in. Don't leave any rock unturned, any question unanswered. Just do it. Just fucking do it. And I promise you, if you do that for 6 months, if you truly commit for 6 months, your life will be completely different. Completely fucking different. I'm not saying that you'll be running your business and fucking living every day like you want to in a matter of 6 months, but I mean, you will have complete fucking clarity on what it is that you're supposed to be doing in this world. You will have alignment with the higher power and your purpose, right? You will have those things, and you will have developed the tools needed to go put that into play, to actually carry that out and do what it is that you're here to fucking do. That's why this shit is so important. The fucking nutrition, the training, the macros, this shit is fucking easy, bro. Like, that is the easy part, right? And in all honesty, bro, like, I don't fucking care about that shit. Like, I can get anybody in shape. There's nobody that can come to me that I can't get into shape. That is so, for me, like, it's just easy. It is what it is. This is the real shit. This is why this shit is so important. That's why macros, training, nutrition are important, because of what happens in turn. But this is also why I care about this shit so much and why I coach. Because I want people to change their fucking lives. I want to see these men reach their fullest potential. I want to see them build the fucking businesses, live their purpose, do what it is that they're supposed to fucking do on this earth, and just forge their fucking path. Just torch everything in their fucking way. Like, bro, we are so fucking powerful when we really harness the shit. It's insanity how much power we fucking hold as men in this fucking world when we don't allow things to stop us. When we build that momentum and that discipline and just go all the fuck in on it. Bro, there's nothing that can stop you when you get in this fucking zone, when you get on that path. There is nothing that can fucking stop you. And I highly, highly encourage you to find that out for yourself. And honestly, like I said, there might be multiple ways. I don't fucking know. I know this way. I know the one way. Physical fitness, physical development, personal development, going all the fuck in there. And I guarantee you, I can fucking promise you that all the answers you're looking for are going to be at the end of that road, are going to be on the other side of all the hard shit that you don't want to do. That's where you find the answers. That's where you're going to get what you're looking for. You're not going to find it in fucking bullshit food. You're not going to find it in the bottom of a fucking bottle. You're not going to find it partying on the fucking weekends and fucking broads and doing, like, you're not going to find it there. You're going to find it in the personal development. That's where you find this shit. Okay? Stop leaving potential on the table. Stop leaving questions unanswered. Go all in on yourself, bro. You owe it to you. You owe it to your family. We only get one shot at this fucking life. We might die tomorrow, bro. Like, none of us know when our time is up. None of us. You owe it to you. You owe it to yourself, and you owe it to God to fully understand what it is you're here to do and do that shit. And you start by going all in on you. Starts in the fucking gym. As dumb as that sounds, it starts there. Again, highly encourage you guys to do it. All right? It was a little intense. I appreciate you guys hanging out and watching. I'm very fucking passionate about this shit, man, because it saved my life. I owe everything that I have, man. Everything that I have and every good characteristic that I have. And I got some fucking bad characteristics too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a perfect person. But everything that I have good in my life, man, I owe to God and to fitness. That's it. That's it. And Andy Frisilla, actually. And Andy fucking Frisilla, man. But yeah, I highly recommend it, man. If you guys need help figuring that out, for one, feel free to message me anytime. My DMs are always open on Instagram at Grayline Fitness. If you're watching this video, you probably came from Instagram, but if not, go find me on Instagram, Grayline Fitness. If you need help, genuinely, I will help you. Message me and we can figure it out, right? But also, there is a ton more value on how to set things up, your physical fitness and mindset and all the other shit. Bunch of videos on my YouTube that you can watch and get some value from. But no matter what you do, man, I definitely highly recommend doing everything I just said and finding it all out for yourself. Because I can preach it till I'm blue in the fucking face. I can tell you everything that's going to happen to you. I can tell you everything that you're going to experience. But until you do it and until you experience it yourself, you're just never going to know. And having experienced it for myself, I can't imagine not knowing now. I can't imagine getting to my deathbed and not knowing. I really can't. So again, I appreciate your guys' time. I hope this helped. I hope it was helpful and had some value for you. And I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you following along. Again, find me on Instagram. Watch my other stuff. See you guys later.